Alright, good morning everybody. Let's see. Okay, good morning. So gold here. Gold just took off here, just launched about like 8:20. So I've noticed this happen quite a few times. There's like a concept that or there's something that happens at 8:20 every day that makes gold or pairs move. It just drives like a little bit of volume into the market. I'm not sure if it's like, you know, pre New York Open that's pushing it or what it does, but I've noticed this happen quite a few times. And as you can see, kind of same thing happening here on GJ, where volumes come into the market just kind of randomly here at like the 8:20 time. But anyways, gold, my trade for today, I did take a trade on gold. It was at the start of the 7 a.m. candle here on 30-minute. And so basically, you know, the previous 30-minute had closed, you know, with the rejection to the downside here. The previous one had this kind of like wick fill created, but anyways, we also closed here just above, you know, that 1657 support area. So that was kind of like what I was anticipating is, okay, cool, once the high is broken here at 1657, I'll enter, and I did. However, if we look at the 15-minute time frame, you'll see, you know, my price never really went up into profits. I had a auto partial stop loss triggered at minus 6 pips or so, which was 50% of my drawdown, basically just to mitigate risk. You know, my whole goal with trading is, you know, just as much of an entry plan, you need to have an exit plan. And if you can stop the losses as soon as possible, then, you know, you're going to put yourself into a better position for long-term profits based on the longevity of your account. So that's been my big focus for a while now, is just cutting losses, reducing risk, losing less than I anticipated. So, you know, even though I took today's trade and it was a loss, you know, I was risking 12.2 pips and I lost 8.1 pips. So to me, that's a win. You know, I lost less than I was anticipating to lose. That's always going to be a win in my mind. And that's honestly how your goal of trading should be. You know, like, how could I have stayed in this trade? How could I have lost less? Whatever the case might be. But anyways, you know, like I was saying, had the partial stop loss triggered at 50% of my drawdown, and then the low was broken. I ended up just, you know, closing the remainder of the position as the low was broken, and or the current candle's low that I was trading was broken. You know, just to reduce risk from there. So but with this gold trade, I mean, honestly, no real confirmations to execute here. When I was looking at it, this was obviously the trade that I was anticipating, but, you know, I continue to watch it to see, like, okay, cool, if we break 30-minute highs, we should continue bullish. But, you know, we had like some problems here on 15-minute that kind of like was pulling me out of any type of trade ideas here. So I don't honestly think that there was really any type of confirmation to enter here on gold. The only thing that I can think of is after this 7:30-minute candle closed strong above 1657 area, you take an entry as the lower wicks formed, and then the high is broken and you can continue up. But if you watch this candle open and play out, it actually broke the high like pretty much immediately and then went down and created this lower wick here. to continue up. And that's kind of what we can see here on the 15-minute that happened. Is this was a 15-minute candle that kind of broke the high, rejected, and then this next one went up. But so I don't really think that there was really a good confirmation to enter that. You would honestly just kind of have to be a cowboy there and enter that. But if you did, your stop loss would have been 18 pips or so. So it would have been valid in my mind to execute on that trade if you could find some confirmations to enter. Now GJ here, I was looking at GJ to take an entry here, and you know, honestly, there wasn't really anything you could do here. This wouldn't have been valid in my mind. You know, I was looking at, you know, taking buys, you know, seeing how a trade could play out, but the ranges just really weren't big enough. Like, that's a 25 pip range, but you know, what's the confirmation to enter with that? You know, we would have been looking at, you know, candle breaking the high. This candle here, you know, closed with a small wick, so that kind of invalidated if this candle broke the high, and which it did, but as you can see, it closed weak bearish, and you know, this one ended up breaking the high here, and you know, that's definitely not a big enough range to execute on there. So no real valid trade idea for GJ. That would have only been 14 pips, you know, to fill the remainder of that range there. So no real valid trade idea there for GJ. However, these candle setups, if there was a bigger range, this would have been a beautiful entry here, and then this one here should, you know, create some sort of a low, break the high, and continue up, or it's going to reject this 168 resistance, but we'll just kind of have to see. But based on how it kind of currently looks, it does look good to continue bullish here. And this is another thing I was looking at too, is this 1 hour formation. Bullish, bearish, bullish. You know, typically that type of setup there plays out quite a bit. Cool. How's it going? Lee Fitness, I think that's you, Ashley. How's it going? Andrew, how's it going? Do you think gold continues up from here? I mean, honestly, you really just have to see. You know, you have to see how candles print here. You know, there is resistance here, and then, you know, another resistance level here. So if it does continue, what you're going to want to look for is some sort of resistance to form, which kind of looks like that's going to play out here at the 1663 level. And so, you know, what I would want to see is a resistance to form, price to come down, create some level of support somewhere in this range to go retest the highs. And as long as there's a big enough range to fill, then that would be valid. The other option is to see some sort of resistance form, and then you know, that like a weak resistance form, and then that resistance basically break, and then, you know, price can continue up maybe into the 1667 area, and then 1671, and so on. But at this point, I mean, you just got to accept that you missed the move here on gold, and if you're going to execute, you just have to wait for candles to continue to print and see where you can enter from there. So that's kind of I mean, right now, with both pairs here, with GJ and gold, it's kind of just in a waiting position. You know, there's nothing that can really be executed on at this moment. So at this moment, I mean, if you took a trade, amazing. If you didn't, then you're just gonna want to look and see, you know, where you could have entered a trade, where you could have caught the move. And in my opinion, like I said, no real valid entries here on GJ. That would have made sense. Gold, kind of the same thing. However, could have looked at this break of the high and just anticipated this is the 8 a.m. candle. New York volume's going to push us up. We got clean range here to fill, so it makes perfect sense. No, Andrew, no account management, brother, no. And if anybody solicits you about account management, I suggest you tell them to fuck off, because they're probably trying to scam you. Another thing that I've like thought about a lot of times too is, like, when it comes to like signals or account management, things like that, is you never want to like fully rely on things like that, because there's a good chance that it could end. You know, the person or the company could shut down, the guy could die, whatever the case might be. You know, like, all of those types of things could always end. So you know, you just have to you got to be cautious about all of that. And so with that said, I mean, I think there's always a lot more value in just learning the skill set yourself, you know. Yeah, exactly. You know, blew a 3K account in 2 days. And I mean, no matter like what people tell you like they're good at, even if they have proven track record of results and stuff like that, I mean, it's just never a good idea, because as soon as you start like taking over other people's money, you know, you have to think about trying to make more, because you're like, I got to pay this guy back and make some for myself, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, I don't think it's a good idea. It's always better to just learn the skill. Ali, gold. Yeah, gold's right here. I just explained kind of what I would expect or wait for from gold. So I mean, at this point, you just, I mean, like, you missed the move. If you didn't execute on this, you missed the move. You have to wait for some sort of retracement and then a retest of the highs that are created here, or, you know, a minor resistance to form and that to break. But at this point, you just have to let candles print and see what's going to happen from here. Yeah, I think not using a stop loss is a terrible idea. You should always use a stop loss. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, I've seen price like do crazy shit so many times that if you didn't have a stop loss in place, I mean, your account would be wrecked. So you always want to have a stop loss in place. And for me, in my opinion, like, I never really want to execute on trades with the stop loss that's going to be greater than 20 pips. And if it is going to be greater than 20 pips, then you're going to want to reduce risk, in my opinion. Ali, no problem. Igor, what's up, brother? How you doing? And I appreciate you guys hopping in and joining me for this New York session today. If you could do me a favor, like the stream, that would be absolutely amazing. I would greatly appreciate that. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notifications for the channel as well. Put out a lot of analysis, do a lot of live streams here, and always down to help any way that I can. So don't want to miss anything there. Let's do a little check on news here real quick. I do think there was some 8:30 a.m. news. Wow, what the hell is this? This week, here we go. Yeah, there was some 8:30 a.m. news. Oh wow, Empire State Manufacturing Index. Let's look at this here. So this was, no, that was 8:15 candle. I mean, so that obviously didn't really affect gold. Maybe the anticipation of that news is what kind of drove it, but that really didn't affect gold. But it was really bad. The news was there, so maybe that explains why gold's going up, and maybe it might explain why it continue to go up. You are my best and beautiful boss and teacher. Oh, thank you so much, Ali. Thank you. Igor, no problem, brother. Thank you for showing up, man. I appreciate you. Let's see. Yeah, just a waiting game here, like I was saying. You know, we should see what plays out, but at this point, nothing. No real confirmations. I did try and go back and find like highs, you know, other levels of resistance here on GJ, but it's like TradingView doesn't have any more available, and like they're trying to make me like fucking upgrade my account or something to view it. So I was like, nah, screw off. Andrew, how long did you trade for before going full time? So I got into trading Forex, I think back around 2017 or so. I lost a shit ton of money trying to figure it out. I mean, over 20 grand trying to figure it out. But that's what ultimately like drove me to want to figure it out is, you know, I was thinking about, damn, you know, if I could be on the flip side, what would that mean? You know, so, you know, so basically, you know, I got into it about 2017, bought a ton of mentorships, tried a bunch of different things. Yes, it's telling me to upgrade. Like, what the fuck is this? But yeah, so bought a lot of mentorships, tried a bunch of different people's strategies, bought tons of signal, you know, courses, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and nothing really worked out for me. So finally, I started to learn price action from Raja Banks. and you know, it really helped me out. I started to become profitable, and you know, from there I just went full time, like with only trading, you know, back in August. So you know, quite a while, but I also had businesses and stuff that took a lot of my time, and you know, trading just wasn't really a reality. And finally I got the businesses to a point where I could exit, and you know, now I've moved on from there, and now I'm pursuing trading full time, as it's a real passion. Yusef, hey man, can I ask you something? How do you manage a trade that goes straight into drawdown after you place it? You close 50% of the position when? Yeah, so this is a very good question. And so just to go back to, you know, my trade from today, as you can see, gold minus 8.1 pips, I was risking 12.2. So my trade was right around here. And so let's look at the 15-minute. And so, yeah, that's the right one. And my stop loss was, it was like 12 pips or so. And, you know, I was looking for this area, you know, to be filled. You know, I was looking for a price to come up to 1663 or so. But I was taking this off of the 30-minute. And so my stop loss was 12 pips or so, 12.1 pips. And so, Yusef, essentially how I managed this trade was I had a partial stop loss that was 50% of my drawdown. So my full stop loss was 12 pips. I had a partial stop loss set at 6 pips. So if price went 6 pips and drawdown, you know, I want to start reducing risk as much as possible. You know, I want trades to go like immediately into profit. Those are my best trades, and I've started to realize that if price doesn't go immediately into profit, it's probably going to go against me based on where my entries always are, my impulse entries. So to answer your question, minus 90%, I closed 90% of the trade at 50% drawdown. So at 6 pips drawdown, 90% of the trade was closed. So you're reducing risk. And a lot of times what I've noticed is that even when I do that, if price goes bullish, like if this would have played out, I would have made more money than I closed that 90% out. So it would have been a profitable trade. But in hindsight, you know, I closed 90%, and then when the low was broken at like minus 10 or 11 pips, I closed the, you know, the remainder 10%, and the total yield of that trade was minus 8 pips. So that's kind of how I manage risk, and that's something that I've been testing the last couple of weeks lately, you know, as of late. And you know, essentially what I've realized is that my losses have started to become really, really, really small. And so that's specifically like a trade that goes straight into drawdown, which is how this happened for me. If we look at 15-minute, my entry was on this 15-minute candle here. And so as you can see, it just barely went up into profit before it came down, you know, minus 6 pips, where I closed 90%, and then I ended up closing the remainder as the low was broken. So that's exactly what happened with me on this trade, is it went straight into drawdown. Now there's the flip side of it, where if it goes straight into profits and I see 4 to 5 pips profit, and then it comes back to my entry, I'm immediately closing 90%. The goal is to reduce risk as fast as possible, the best way possible. So, you know, that's another way I've been able to manage losses really small, is if price goes to 4 or 5 pips in profit, I close 90% of the trade if it comes back to my entry. And so that's another great way to reduce risk. Another thing that's really good to do that I like to do is when price goes, you know, 10 pips in profit, always set stop loss to entry. And then for me, I like to secure 90% of the trade pretty much every time price goes above 20 pips in profit. So it's a little bit of trade management there. And if you have more questions based off of that, feel free to ask, but that's what I can think of for now. Igor, I took 2 trades before gold went up. I am sticking to 1 to 2 trades per day just to modify my mind to that for now. 100%, brother. I mean, I missed this move here too based off my entry. You know, I told myself 1 trade per day. That's all I'm going to do. I don't give a shit if I miss the move, because I want to focus on how can I catch the most profitable move, the best move possible. So, yeah, I'm right there with you. I took 1 trade. Took an 8 pip loss, and that was my trade for today. I was anticipating this to continue to play out, you know, depending on the what time in New York session it happens. I don't really know, but as you can see, it did play out. So it's all good. You know, we just gotta take this, our setup did play out, and that's all that matters. We just got to figure out how we could have stayed in the trade, how we could have lost less, whatever the case might be. Andrew, yeah, I've lost a lot doing stupid trades and paying for trade signals. Had my first profitable month last month for the first time in 2 years. Amazing. That's amazing, Andrew. So what I would do is I would go back and I would review all of those trades that you took last month. I would review all of the winners, see what setups played out for you, and review all of the losses, figure out how you could have lost less or not taken the trade at all, or how you could have given your trade a second chance. But one thing that I really recommend is just one trade per day. I've noticed that to be really beneficial for me. And the big thing about like 1 to 2 trades per day, the problem with taking 2 is you're likely only going to take that second one if the first one is a loss. And the problem with that is that your emotions are already fucked up based on taking that loss. So for me, 1 trade per day is key. You don't want to take 1 to 2. I think 1 trade per day is key. If it's a win, amazing. Cherish that win. If it's a loss, figure out how you could have lost less. What is best time frame for trading gold? So I like 30-minute time frame. I like to trade based on 30-minute time frame, but the key is like, all time frames are important. So a top-down analysis is key. You want to look at the daily time frame to see which direction the daily candles are printing, and then you want to look at 4-hour time frame to see which direction the 4-hour candles are printing. I prefer to only trade alongside of the daily and 4-hour candles. So if the daily and 4-hour candles are printing bullish, then I'm only going to be looking for buys during that session. If the daily and 4-hour candles are printing bearish, then I'm only going to be looking for sells during that session. If the daily and 4-hour candles are not printing alongside of each other, I'm going to wait for them to start printing alongside of each other. So that's, to answer your question in short, all time frames are really key, but I like to execute trades based off of the 30-minute time frame, sometimes 15-minute time frame here. Yusuf, no problem, man. Ali, gold breakout 1667. Yeah, you need to wait here. Price has already moved so far bullish at this point. It's moved it's moved 100 pips so far. So like I said from the beginning, you missed the move at this point. You got to let price create a resistance and break the resistance, or create a resistance, form support, and then continue up. Not to mention, these ranges, nothing's executable here. If you would have taken a buy at the break of the high here, this is a very small range. It's only 11 pips. This range here, 37 pips. So, it'd be better to kind of see what price is going to do here. But like I said, it's already moved 100 pips. So you just have to wait and see what's going to happen at this point. Andrew, do you recommend buying Raja Bank's book? I don't know that he has a book, to be honest. If he does, I would buy it for sure. So send me the link if he does. Drop the link in the YouTube chat. But I think what you might be referring to is his course, Market Fluidity. Definitely recommend it. I purchased it, I think, like probably 2 years ago. Best $500 I spent. I spent way more fucking money on other people's BS, and Raj's has been super effective. So yeah, definitely recommend it. But yeah, just waiting game at this point. Just gotta wait and see what happens here. But I'm gonna go refill my coffee, so you guys hang around for a couple of minutes here. I'm gonna fill this guy up, and we'll see how New York Stock Exchange opens up here. We got 9 a.m. candles closing in about 12 minutes, so I'll be right back. All right, let's see. Andrew, do you think there is a potential for the formation of resistance and continuation down without a retest? Not really sure what you mean there, to be honest. Do you think there is a potential for the formation of resistance and continuation down without a retest? Yeah, I mean, it really depends. So I think I do understand what you're saying. It really depends. And so what I would look for if I was going to execute on something like that is I would look for price to close below one of these past zones. And so say, for example, if the 30-minute closed, below 1667 here, 1667.21, if it closed below here and the next 30-minute candle immediately broke the high and then the 15-minute candle closed bearish, we can anticipate that at the break of the bearish candle, the 15-minute candle's low, then it could continue down. A counter trend trade, like something like this, something like this could play out, or a setup like this. But the key with that is you would need a resistance to form, and essentially that resistance, that bearish candle, to either be a really strong bearish candle, so it's going to confirm that move down, or you need it to be a weak resistance that turns into a support level that breaks. So I'm not sure if any of that makes sense, but hopefully it does. Yeah, so GJ, we're here in foreign land territory. We don't really have any data on TradingView above this area. So we'll have to see what happens. Hopefully price starts to retrace a little bit so we don't have to play guesstimation games up here. Man, this guy in the Telegram chat, holy, he caught it. Real nice move here on gold. 1650, or no, 1648 or something. Yeah, he caught that shit way down here. Oh, he's probably holding buys from London or something. Wow, that's beautiful. Good for him. That's amazing. Jordan Lee, what's good, my dog, man? What's good, man? I'm stoked to see you tuning in here, man. Hey, I appreciate that, Jordan, for sure, man. Yeah, definitely, man. Even if you can start learning this shit, man, it's super simple. It's especially if you can consistently watch it, if you can consistently pay attention to it, super easy to learn. All right, I'll be right back. I gotta grab this damn coffee. All right. Let's see. Yeah, man, check this right here. This guy had a really nice entry here. Shoo. Most important thing to learn for gold, shit, I don't know. I'll probably say that the best thing that you can do in the next 2 weeks is just consistently show up to the charts every day at the same time and see how gold moves. See how it moves for the next 2 weeks. You'll start to notice like every day at 8 a.m. Eastern time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, you know, volume comes into the markets, gold starts to move. You know, you start to see how price starts to move during news events, things like that. But yeah, I mean, I think that's probably the best thing that you can do is you know, just review the you know, the markets, like how it's currently happening every single day. The other thing that I would probably recommend you do is hop on YouTube, and then, you know, go to my channel. That would be a brilliant idea. Go to my channel. You can go to videos. So the market analysis videos, these are all like live streams and stuff. You can see like all different types of trades that I've taken, how I view the chart, how I view the charts, the pairs that I'm trading, things like that. And then also this Forex playlist. I do have like a Forex trading for beginners. This video here, this is actually really good. It's just like, yeah, it's 4 minutes long, but it's just basically, you know, explaining like what resources I recommend you use. But the other person that I highly recommend you look up and follow is the old infamous Raja Banks. This is my mentor here. Definitely check out his videos. He's got a lot of good information here, and yeah, you can learn a shit ton of stuff from him. So that's what I would probably do. You know, number one, show up to the markets every single day, watch how gold moves, you know, at the time session that you can trade. I would recommend, like, you know, doing this at like a session that you can trade even while you're in college. So like if you can't trade New York session in college because of classes or whatever the fuck you got going on, then find a new session. Maybe Asian session works out for you. Maybe London close is good for you, who knows. But find like a high volume time session that's going to work for you, that you can consistently watch every single day. Not just during this 2 week time frame that you have off. And then, you know, like I said, check out the YouTube channels, and you'll get a lot of information there.
1 minute. 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 1 minute.
Okay, cool. We got 9 a.m. candle close right here. Yeah, I mean, really nothing here. You know, we still have to wait for, you know, more candles to print. There's nothing. Maybe if anything, you know, we could be a cowboy here and take GJ buys as the next 15-minute creates a lower wick and then goes to break the high here. You know, stop loss will probably be less than 20 pips if the low is respected. You know, got 5 pips to break that wick, but who knows how far it's going to go north because we got no more data here in the past. So going to be a little guessing game, a little cowboy entry there. But yeah, nothing at this point. Nothing. The other thing that we can anticipate is because this 15-minute candle is closing with no lower wick. Oh, yep, just like that. Broke the low. So yeah, this will probably continue to 1663. I was going to say that I've seen this happen a lot where when price goes up, creates, or, you know, like in a bullish trend example, when price goes up, you know, it breaks the high and then closes weak bullish. The next candle is better if it creates a top wick and then goes and breaks a low, you know, should continue down. But this will probably continue down at least 1663, maybe further. Because this is a key level here, 1667. There's been a lot of traffic here in the past. But who knows? Yeah, see, it's already retracing, so who knows? But the GJ idea based on the 15-minute, like I said, you know, you would want to see a wick down, respect this low here, and then go break the high to continue up. But there, like I said, there's no real, we have no information above 168.615, so we have no idea where past resistance levels are, anything like that. So it's foreign territory at that point. He finished a live YouTube. You picked it up from there, bro. 4H time filled with both of you. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Is basically just stream during New York session. Yeah, and see, this is, if it breaks a high, it should continue. But that's what I'm trying to do, is basically just stream New York session when Raja's not streaming. Number one, to help myself. It helps me a lot, I think. You know, just stay disciplined with my own trading. You know, I don't want to do any dumbass things here on the stream. And then also, you know, I think it helps, you know, just kind of with the community and stuff like that. So fuck. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Andrew, do you ever scalp? Yeah, that's pretty much all I do. Yeah, pretty much just a scalper. I mean, pretty much in my opinion, you have two types of traders. You have scalpers and you have swing traders. So yeah, I definitely say that I'm more of a scalper versus a swing trader. I don't really hold trades like longer than like 10 minutes, you know. I mean, I come to the charts at 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. I'm out of here by 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Usually I sit around, watch, you know, candles print for a little while and figure out where the best entry for me to take is going to be. But that entry, once I take it, like this right here, this move right here, if I would have caught this would have been, you know, less than 15-minute move. I pretty much happened in a 5-minute candle. So it would have been like a 5-minute trade. In that trade that I was in too, I mean, I was in that thing like probably less than 5 minutes. Yeah. But we're starting to see a little bit of retrace here on gold. Congruent with what I was saying about 15-minute pattern here. Let's see on 1 hour, strong 1 hour candle, 4 hour. Yeah. What percent of your account balance did you lose on your trade earlier? So this was less than 1%. I always only risk 1%. So 1% total would have been 12 pips. Like I have, I use magic keys. I don't know if you know what that is. But I use magic keys and I just have it set on like a 1% risk of my account balance. So let's see, that was 8.1 divided by 12.2. That would have been like 66% of that 1%. So whatever the fuck that is, I don't know. I'm confused myself at this point. Yeah, I would like to see gold continue to move down here, because I've seen this happen a lot, and that would just make me more confident in the future when it does happen next time. To put the house on that bitch. News or what? Oh shoot, I am into. Do you trade London? No. I'd be sleepy at that time, man. I'll be sleeping then, but London session's been playing out a lot better than New York session lately. But no, I don't think that's like 1 a.m. for me. I'm Eastern time zone, so no, it's terrible. It's a terrible time for me to be awake. I get up 4 a.m., get a workout in from like 4:30 to 6:30, and then at 6:30 I come into the charts, and then at 9:30 I get off the charts. Sometimes I take a nap. Sometimes, you know, I got work to do. Yeah, I think a 15-minute close, strong bearish, and that next 15-minute of this 30-minute candle is going to continue bearish. And that 30-minute, because we got 9:30 Eastern time coming in here soon. You know, as you guys know, that's going to be the damn New York Stock Exchange open. Oh, yep, there we go. This is also starting to play out here, like I was saying. Now 15-minute here. What would this be? This would be, yeah, 16, 17, 18 pip stop loss or so. That would be valid. This would be a valid trade in my opinion. Just got to be cautious of this wick. If it starts to reject this wick at all, I'll probably close 90% just to reduce risk. But we got 5 minutes left in this 15-minute candle. So if it breaks, just like it's continuing, boom, there it goes. It should continue bullish, and you should be able to secure some, put stops at break even at least, and this should be a nice trade for you there. A nice trade for you there. So that's 2 setups you could have executed on right here that I just talked about right here at the damn stream, and you could have made money. And if you did, man, please show some love. If you did, you owe me 10%. But yeah, so this right here would be, you know, 19, 20 pips stop loss for a potential 20 pips at least. And then this should continue down probably at least 1659, 1660 or so. You know, we got these past areas over here that you got to watch out for. But yeah, that's an easy trade right there. Easy money, easy money. This one right here, 17, 18 pips stop loss, already 8 pips in profit. You know, so if it comes back to entry at this point, I would close 90% of the position. If it goes up to 10 pips, set your stop loss at break even. That way you got a risk-free trade. If it goes up to 20 pips, close 90% of the trade. Secure yourself some profits and let the rest run. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. So I'm gonna mark this up just so we know what I was talking about here. You know, we're at least looking at that there. And then this here, you know, we're at least looking at you know, we're looking at 20 pips. This is gonna go up 20 pips. Yeah, oh yeah, there it is, man. God damn, that would have been beautiful. Daggone. That's 2 trade ideas right there. Could have executed on. If you're in this trade right here, stop loss should be at entry at this point. Yeah, there's 16, 15 pips in profit. Your stop loss should be at entry at that point. And then once we come into 1663.76, close 90% of that bad boy, secure yourself some profits, let your stop loss be at break even there, let the runner run. Should come down to, like I said, you know, 1660 or so. We got this rejection area here, you know, some little breakups here in the past, but yeah, that should work out, man. That's 2 trade ideas called right here on the stream. If you guys executed on that, beautiful. Give a like on the stream. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you didn't execute on it, put this in your damn back pocket for future reference. You know, screenshot this thing. These setups play out all the time. Like, I'm telling you, I see this shit happen all the time, and I love to see it happen. Makes me so much more confident. Buys back to resistance if it comes back down to 1660. Yeah, exactly, Andrew. So just like I was talking about originally, after this bullish move, you know, if we see a resistance form, the ideal trade is to not take a counter trend trade. Counter trend trades are very risky. Like I said earlier, you know, the best thing to do is to trade alongside of the 4-hour and the daily candles. What the fuck? Yeah, trade alongside of the 4-hour and daily candles. So the counter trend trade would be more risky. This trade would be more risky, but it starts to validate itself even more if we break the low here at 1663.10, you know, and so on. So what I would really look for, if you're in this position, you could be really confident in this trade. If this 15-minute candle closes in 1 minute very strong bearish like it is printing currently, then, you know, the 30-minute should continue to go down and break the low and so on. But Andrew, just like you said, that's going to be the ideal setup. Andrew, what you're talking about is my favorite setup to trade. I would honestly just trade that setup, you know, like where price comes up, creates a high, then comes down, you know, creates some sort of resistance, creates a support down here, then goes up to retest these highs, and then continue through. That is 100% my favorite trade to execute on. Like I said, I mean, you could literally just watch and wait for that setup to play out every single day, and you would make a lot of money trading. You would make a lot of money trading. Does the 1660 buy count as a counter trend trade since the 4-hour candle is now bearish? That's a good question. So, yeah, so that would be in a position to where, you know, the daily and the 4-hour is going against each other. But the way that you could also look at that is, you know, this 4-hour has to create some sort of low. So, you know, if that trade happens in the next 3.5 hours, there's still potential for this candle to close bullish. You know, so basically what would happen, that resistance on the lower time frame, on the 30-minute time frame, would essentially just be the lower wick created here. And as long as, you know, this low is respected here, I would still say that it's still a in-trend trade. It's still a bullish trade opportunity. Because like I said, you know, this 4-hour is going to have to create some sort of lower wick and then go break the high for you to be really confident in long-term buys. Which, you know, we got 3 hours and 44 minutes left in this 4-hour candle. So that, like I said, that lower wick is going to be that support forming here on the 30-minute candle to go retest the highs and break the high on the 4-hour candle and continue. So good question there. I'm glad you pointed that out. Where would stop loss be placed on the retrace buy? You would have to wait and see how the candles close. So essentially, like, you know, if we're like envisioning what we would want to see here, we would see, you know, candles come down, and then candles would start to form, you know, bullish of some sort, you know, in this area, and then you know, say this candle here is a bullish candle. Your position would essentially be as the next candle creates a low, but then also breaks the high of this bullish candle here. So, you know, it creates a low, you know, at this point, like a lower wick that's respecting this low, but then also, you know, you would enter based on the high being broken right here. So hopefully that makes sense. My illustration skills are not the best here on TradingView, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Price would have to come down, create a support. Once that support creates with a strong, like a gladiator 30-minute candle, bullish candle, then you would take an entry as the high is broken on the next candle, and then the stop loss would either be below the 30-minute candle that closed bullish, or it'd be below the current candle that you're trading. But you would just kind of have to see, you know, what makes sense, like as price, you know, continues, you know, printing as the candles form, to see like really what that stop loss would be. And like a good mental note is that if the stop loss is greater than 20 pips, you either don't want to take the trade at all, or you want to reduce your risk. A stop loss greater than 20 pips, in my opinion, isn't very good. It's hard to manage the trade and lose less at that point because you're dealing with such a large stop loss. So at this point, you know, hopefully you would have secured positions, secured 90% of the trade here on GJ, and then your runner would have got stopped out at entry here. So, you know, that would have been plus 20 pips on GJ, no problem. So we'll do trade idea 2, plus, we'll do GBPJPY plus 20 pips. And we'll see kind of like how this gold one plays out, but it looks like this might be coming back to entry and stopping out before, you know, able to secure 20 pips. And I always try and secure 20 pips. I used to do 10 pips a lot. That worked out a lot. I was very profitable doing that, but now I'm trying to focus on taking larger larger moves. And that's honestly part of the counter trend trade too. You know, you'll see this happen a lot, where it's not gonna move the full, you know, move that you're expecting because it's a counter trend trade. Oh, yeah, so this would have stopped out at entry right here. So we'll do trade idea day 3. And that's BE is just break even. Andrew, thanks for the help, man. Hopping off now. Maybe be back later if you're still on, or tomorrow. Sounds good, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be ending the stream in the next 10 minutes or so. We're gonna see how New York Stock Exchange opens up, how these candles close, and go from there. But yeah, typically only 6:30 a.m. Eastern time to 9:30 a.m. Eastern time I trade. So see you tomorrow, Andrew. Make sure you like this stream here today. If you got some value, share it with a friend. If you got some friends that trade or want to learn how to trade, whatever. And most importantly, make sure you subscribe, turn on the post notifications, so when I go live tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, you get notified. Also, I got a Forex Telegram community. The link is in the description here. But yeah, you can hop in. Oh, you can. Okay, maybe. Yeah, here it is. You can hop in here. Yeah, lots of chatter here. There's a handful of guys here that trade, you know, London session. As you can see, you know, they were catching the moves here at London session. Oh yeah, that's when my guy here caught his buys on gold. God damn, man, that was beautiful. Holy. But yeah, so hop in there, get a lot of value there, trade with the guys in there, the guys and gals in there. Like I said, the link is in the description here. And as always, I got nothing to sell. Nothing to sell. Oh, cool, cool. So you're already in the Telegram. Beautiful. Beautiful, Andrew. Well, you'll stay connected with us then. Have a great day, brother. Stay safe, stay strong. We'll see you tomorrow. But for now, let's see what's gonna happen here as the 30-minute candles come to a close, and we got New York Stock Exchange open. We'll see what happens. See what happens here. Masood, new subscriber. Thank you, man. Thank you. Hope you get some value from here, Masood. It's been a good Monday. It's been a good Monday. Oh, man.
Bye, love you.
Peace, babe. Love you. Oh, Almost through the remote here, the damn mouse here. Looks like GJ's gonna continue bullish. I don't know, kind of getting some rejection here on the on the 30 minute. 15 minute, if it closes bearish, it might start to reject and retrace a little bit. Might even see a correction of the move at London close. London close is like 10, 10:30, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Sometimes you see some wild shit happening then. That's that can get a little fun. Let's see. Man, on the flip side, I don't know if you guys are college football fans or football fans in general, but man, there was some good football this weekend. First and foremost, our guys, Michigan State, the Spartans of Michigan State won. It's always a good weekend when they win. Man, we had Alabama get upset. Holy, that was a crazy game. Alabama, Tennessee. Gold looking like it could potentially start that retrace. Yeah, if we see weak bullish candle close here on 15 minute and 30 minute closes the way it kind of is now, I think with the break of the low, it should continue down. GJ, just kind of as I've been talking about on GJ, we're kind of we're in foreign territory here at this point, so I would feel most comfortable in a GJ, seeing GJ retrace, form some level of resistance up here, retrace, form a support, and then come back up or continue to go down. But I think that's going to be the best for today. The best moves for today. Can you guys hear this music? I'm over here jamming and I have no idea if you guys can hear it or not. Good shit. Ah, Jesus Christ, man. This tinderhot.xyz bullshit. God, you asshole. Two minutes, a minute 40 seconds until New York Stock Exchange open. Let's see how this how these things move out of here. So 1 hour, yeah, one thing to note here on GJ2 is the 1 hour and 4 hour candles have not really created like a strong lower wick. So it's kind of, going alongside of the story of a retrace coming in. We also have like a gap up here on the daily. that was obviously filled with this lower wick, but yeah. But I think like because we don't have a strong lower wick here on the 4 hour, I mean there's a lot of time left in the 4 hour candle too. I mean we could see the 4 hour candle close really strong bearish and take out this entire move up. But nothing's really going to confirm that until, you know, we see some confirmations. Also down here, it doesn't really look like that gap was filled actually, so it looks a little bit different on the day. Oh no, yeah, because the bearish would have closed here and then, you know, it opened here and came down here. So yeah, it didn't come all the way down. So yeah, that's right. So yeah, it could come down there to that gap and fill that gap. 7 seconds here. It's like waiting for a damn rocket ship to take off. Oh, you hear that? Yeah, gold with the weak bearish 15 minute. It's not too good. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. 30 minute, very small lower wick. So yeah, it's. I wouldn't say that you like. I would want to see a weak support form and then break that to support to continue down. But yeah, I don't think sells are valid on gold at all, especially if that 15-minute high breaks right here, just like it just did. Sells are no good on gold there. The other thing that you could look for on gold if you want to execute on it is, you know, this pattern here plays out a lot of times. Strong bullish close, bearish close, weaker than the previous bullish, and then the next bullish candle breaks the high and continues up. The only problem with this though is you're looking at a pretty large stop loss, 37 pips plus. So you would want to see some sort of confirmations, you know, to get a stop loss based on the 15-minute time frame here. Like 15-minute closes like right around here, the next one opens up, creates a lower wick, and then goes to break the highs, and you can trail that stop loss based on that 15-minute lower wick. I think that would probably be the best situation to get buys there. But GJ, I think this is going to retrace 100%. Yeah, 100%. I think if 15-minute closes below 168.573 or so, it's going to continue down. If we break that low, it's going to continue down 100%. Cool. Well, we're going to get out of here for today. Nothing really that I see that you can execute on from this point, so doesn't do us any good to just sit here and waste time. Had the one trade that I executed on here this morning, gold, you know, I risked 12.2 pips, lost 8.1 pips. So overall, that's a very good trade in my opinion. Always losing less than you anticipated is good. And overall, the move ended up playing out. My buys are down here. If you missed me explaining all of it, just fucking rewind and you can find it there. But my buys were down here. It ended up playing out. So the analysis was correct, just you know, needed a better candle to enter on. Then we had the trade idea 2 GJ, that was sells, or no, GJ buys based on the 15-minute here. So based on candle coming down, creating a lower wick, breaking the high and continuing up, that went up 20 pips, and then would have stopped the runner out at entry. And then we had the gold sells based on the 15-minute low breaking here. 20 pips was right around here, so never gave us an opportunity to secure that before retracing and stopping out at entry. So we have a break-even idea there. I only executed on one of these, but the other two is what we looked at kind of during today's session. So if you got some nuggets today, make sure, like I said a couple of times now, like the stream, make sure you're subscribed, turn on the post notifications. Also hop into my Telegram community. It's free. I don't have anything to sell. You know, just doing this for myself and hopefully to help some others. But got that there, and I'll be live tomorrow again, 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. We'll do another New York session tomorrow. So hope you guys have a great Monday. Adios. Peace out.